light of the is a little bit muggy, a little more humid. It's not baking as it was earlier about 3 hours ago. Now it's more like a sauna, Nick, and it's actually perfect beach volleyball weather. Not really a breeze in the building here, and so it's going to be fun.
Should be an interesting match. Let's take a quick look at our referees. First referee out of Japan is Mariko Satomi, and the second referee from Serbia is Robert Leko. We'll need to just watch those clouds above the sky carefully, because there could be a thunder and lightning storm here, and that would be a real disaster for the centre court matches. Still 3 to go. Let's take a close look, Dane, at the 4 players out on court. You mentioned them earlier. Young rising stars out of Australia. Jessica Ngauamo up first.
Ngauamo, 21 years of age. She's a defensive specialist, very quick in the backcourt. She is playing in her second world championship, so she does have some experience under her belt, and she's teamed up with just a 24-year-old, 191 centimeters, right-handed Nicole Laird. She is going to be something special. She definitely carries that torch of the future of Australian beach volleyball. Hometown Sydney, resides in Adelaide, so she is used to the heat. They are going to have to play a picture-perfect game if they're going to take down the Americans, starting with Lauren Fendrick, an Olympian in 2016 with Brooke Sweat. New partnership this year with April Ross. Lauren Fendrick, 185 centimeters, 35 years of age. You'll see her patrolling at the net. One of the best blockers in the world, no question about it. And her partner, one of the most decorated beach volleyball athletes that you will ever see. A bronze medalist in 2016, a silver medalist in 2012. The 35-year-old April Ross, a 2009 world champion on the FIVB World Tour, and she's looking to do damage here this weekend.
Well, the temperature of the sand is just over 30 degrees Celsius. It's been as high as 50 degrees Celsius earlier today. So as our expert in the commentary box, Dane Blanton, was pointing out, conditions are near perfect. Wind has died down, cloud cover just brings the temperature down a little. So here we go, United States against Australia. Australia will begin with service. Jessica Ngauamo gets the action underway. First strike of the ball, and the first block, I should say, of the ball from Nicole Laird at the net. And that's will settle the nerves of the Australian 35 seeds against the number 14 seeds from the United States of America.
In these early rounds, you get really lopsided seeding, really high seeds playing really low seeds, but there's so much parity on the tour that every one of these matchups is competitive and can go one way or the other. We've seen all sorts of upsets. In order for Australia to win, they're going to have to receive serve really well. Remember, April Ross, one of the best servers in the world, been voted that 4 times on the FIVB tour by her peers, and that's why right there, the rip right down the middle, so hard to handle, and she varies her speeds, has so many different options. The top spin serve, the jump float serve. Look out, she's got a weapon.
And that will give a little bit of added confidence. Ace number 1, almost ace number 2. And they're really scrambling here, Australia, to keep this ball up. April Ross looks to finish it for the USA. Pushes them off the net. Great play from the Americans. Good start for April Ross with her serve and attacking play.
April, such an experienced player. 21 times she has been victorious on the FIVB World Tour. Very used to the big stage.
Oh, another scintillating serve from April Ross.
Just ripping it. That's true velocity, true speed right there. Just beating the receptor to the spot. That's what you want to do with that topspin jump serve. Hit it with a lot of power and get it to the spot.
Oh, and Ngauamo gets a good shot in over the fingertips of Lauren Fendrick, 35-year-old from Hermosa Beach, California.
Beautiful set right there. Ngauamo Seeing the open court, great contact on the ball. You see that nice rotation. More topspin rotation you have on the ball, the quicker it gets to the sand.
This time the block comes from Fendrick at the net for the USA. 3 clear at 5-2. It's a total of 7 points on the board. A side switch, the reason why we keep swapping sides every 7 points total on the board is to make sure there's no advantage from the sunlight or shade or wind in either direction. Here is Fendrick serving Laird for Australia. Over on 2 for Ngauamo. Here comes April Ross. Powers that ball right to the feet of the Australian defense, and Ngauamo has no answer.
Laird is in great position. You see she's blocking line on April Ross, trying to get her to funnel, hit cross court, exactly what she does. And Ngauamo has to make that play and execute if they're gonna win that point. We will be really noting the battle at the net. Timeout Australia, they're gonna think this one over, but the battle between Laird and Fendrick at the net could get very interesting. Remember, Laird is 6'3" tall, so she can be effective.
No hesitation.
Yeah, both the Australian and American blockers at 1.90 m. Now each team is allowed to call 1 timeout per set. We'll have the technical timeout at the halfway point of the first and the second set. But it's an early call for that timeout from the 2 Australians, Laird and Ngauamo, and that means that they're trying to stop the flow of the American play, just try and break the concentration. Fendrick continues with serve, and the timeout call backfires on the Australians. They're now 5 clear, the USA, 7-2. Already in control, I'd say, Dane.
Yeah, it's almost a freight train coming at you right now. The United States really playing solid since the opening whistle, putting a lot of pressure on Australia. Laird trying to relieve that pressure to go over on 2, and that time it works. April Ross with an uncharacteristic cut shot, not even coming close to clearing the net. There you see a nice dig. She gathers herself, goes up, sees the shot, and it's the right shot. The execution just wasn't there.
He's just getting Ngauamo, just 21 years of age from Adelaide. Perfect set for April Ross. This time she makes it count.
April Ross, such a physical player, so strong out there. You know, she started every single match in her indoor career at the University of Southern California. Just goes to show you, she's always healthy. She's always ready to go. To do that over a 4-year period, very impressive.
Oh, what a tremendous float serve from April Ross. Dane, you called it earlier. She has such a wide range of skillful serves. The opposition just have no idea what's coming at them.
Yeah, it's so great to be able to vary that with the rip, the topspin jump. Here's the jump floater. Great D. Trying to cut it off right there. April Ross in the right spot, but just too much heat right there. Crushing it, the Australians. I'd like to see the Australians really attack the Americans. That's the way that they will get themselves back into this game. They have to be aggressive from the back line.
Great play from April Ross, because it was a little bit of a difficult serve receive from Lauren Fendrick, but her partner April Ross gets the Americans out of trouble and take a 6-point lead over Australia. 14 total on the scoreboard. Another quick side switch. Fendrick will continue with service. Fendrick at the net, sensational. And that is great play from Team USA, really. Confidence at an all-time high so early in this first set, Dane.
And that's why I call Lauren Fendrick one of the best blockers in the world. Technically, she gets to the spot, she presses over at the right time, and look at that, not once, not twice, but 3 times she's owning the net space, controlling And then with a smart play right here, attacking and putting it down to the sand.
Australia starting to run out of ideas here. Fendrick again serves to Laird. Laird on the attack for the Aussies. And Fendrick again blocked beautifully at the net.
It was a nice set by Ngauamo, putting the ball outside, maybe a little bit tight for Laird. Laird, of course, at 6'3", challenging Fendrick, but Fendrick right now is on fire.
Again, Laird struggling to control the serve. April Ross, spectacular in the defense, but Laird just gets the better of the chase for the point there. An important point it is for Australia.
Yeah, every point becomes crucial right now for Australia because they found themselves in a very deep hole in this first set. And they need to almost play perfectly to get out. But I would like, just like I said earlier, see them be a little more aggressive at times. Ball control has been a bit of a challenge so far.
Good service from Jessica Ngauamo.
Angle high, yes!
But look at the communication we can hear as well from the American ladies. They really are working in harmony now.
And that's what you want to do. When you set the ball, April Ross just did, then you take a look. And you want to give your offensive hitter an option if they can't see. That's why you hear that angle high. They're setting the ball just way too close, and Lauren Fendrick is exploiting that weakness. Any ball close to the net, she's up and over and making the smart play. There it is, blocking it, and then controlling it with the left hand to the back of the court.
April Ross it is with service for the United States of America. Again, it's very close to the net.
Net violation on the offensive player right there. It's Ngauamo following through on the hit. Here she hits the ball, her hand follows through. Great call by the second referee to catch that net violation. And right now the United States is rolling.
April Ross again with service, 10 clear. Right down the middle of the two Australian players. Referee's not happy with that work or potential pass from Laird this time, Dane.
Yeah, overhand set needs to be clean. It can't stay in your hands too long, and it can't be perceived to have hit your hands in succession. It has to be simultaneous. She called the double contact. Looked like nice extension and a nice set to me, but Laird not going to complain there. Remember, whenever you set the ball overhand, it's a judgment call by the referee, and some refs call it tighter than others.
Technical timeout, halfway point of the first set, 16-5. This is much better news for the American number 14 seeds. They were taken to 3 sets by the Chinese at Wang and Xu in their first match, but this looking a little more like the kind of form and playing to their seeding date. Definitely in control here in the first set. Team USA.
They're pretty much doing everything correctly. The defense is in the right spot. Fendrick has been absolutely owning the net space, which is surprising. Remember, Fendrick has all the experience at 35 years of age, but the young Nicole Laird has yet to be effective at all at the net. She needs to heat up if Australia is going to get themselves back in the mix.
April Ross picks it up where she left off from the technical timeout. This time serves Laird, and a good shot from Jessica Ngauamo. Going over on 2.
Yeah, mix it up. Try to throw off the United States, because right now the conventional way doesn't seem to be producing enough points for Australia.
Perfect set from April Ross for Fendrick to finish there. 17-6. Almost a formality now, this first set for the USA.
Yeah, when you get yourself in an 11-point hole in a match just at 21 points, you want to start thinking about the bigger picture. How do you get the momentum back on your side? How do you get our confidence back? And what can we do to make adjustments to beat this team? And right now, The United States is receiving serve so well that they're able to run any offense that they desire.
Service error from Jessica Ngauamo. 18-7 now. April Ross goes to the back of court. She's already had 3 service aces. Laird on the attack for Australia.
Nice up there by April Ross, just not high enough. Give credit on that powerful hit cross court. And those types of hits, you know, those will get you that confidence back. A little more of that for Australia.
Another service error from just Nicole Laird, my apologies. 19-8, almost given up the ghost in this first set, looking to just regroup for the second now, Australia. Fendrick serves, over on 2, Ross has it covered. April Ross looks to finish it. It's all falling apart for Australia now. Set point for the USA, 20-8.
Yeah, at the least, you got to keep that ball in play if you are Nicole Laird. Maybe that second ball a little too close. And you can tell the frustration on the face right now of the Australians. The United States finding themselves at set point here.
Lauren Fendrick to put this first set to bed with service. April Ross covering brilliantly again, over on 2 from Fendrick. Oh, again, great defense from Ross, but Fendrick unable to get there. No panic for the USA. Plenty of set points on their side. 10 to be precise.
Fendrick giving it her all to try to run down that ball. Came up a little short. The United States just need one side out and put away to seal up this set. Wow, that's what Australia needs to do. Nice flat serve by Ngauamo right there. Kind of mesmerizes April Ross, doesn't get the platform out in time, and that results in an ace.
It's important that they put some good shots in here now just to try and recover in the second set. Little and again.
Well, that's what you're looking for. Any way you can get it, a little luck here and there. That ball clips the top of the net. The let serve is still live. It results in an ace, so 2 can make it 3 consecutive points for Australia.
Still set point number 4 for the USA. April Ross with a perfect serve received now on the attack. Puts it across the court. A lovely cut. It was only a matter of time, wasn't it? 21-11 to the United States of America. The scoreline of the first set. Dominating from the early exchanges and carrying that rhythm through right to the end. An emphatic first set victory for the USA.
You can tell the United States very focused. They took down China, and this is their second match in pool play, whereas Laird and Ngauamo, they lost to their fellow country women, Louise Bodden and Taliqua Clancy, in their first match. So if Laird and Ngauamo lose this one, going down 2 could be trouble. There are the statistics. 2-0 in the blocking category, and the United States just dominating all the way down the line there. What I'd like to see, you're seeing experience right now beating youth, and it's just the volleyball IQ and the court sense and the ball control is a little bit too much for the Australians. They just need to settle down and take care of what they can on their side of the court. Really try to receive serve, pass the ball in a spot where they can get offense going. But don't put too much pressure on you. Just relax and play your game, because right now they're not playing up to their potential, and what you want to see is a team playing their best, and Australia's still trying to find it.
Yeah, I mean, if you add the years up, it's a 70-year total, average 35, 45-year total, average 22. And that experience clearly shown in the first set. Now, I would imagine, Dane, the story of the Americans on the other side of the net is not to get too cocky, not to get too carried away here, and just go about their business in that methodical manner in the second set, the same way as they did in the first.
Yeah, they have the experience. They know that. They're just trying to really hone in their game. Remember, this is April Ross and Fendrick, a new team here in 2017. There's Laird at the net. Finally, she registers her first block, the 24-year-old Laird, up and over. Here she is, up and pressing. You see there's a little distance between her and the net. She needs to make sure that she seals it and presses over on the American side more. But that was a nice block.
And Ngauamo with service, serves it a little too deep. First score on the board for the US of A. Now, can Australia receive serve a little better than they did in the first set? Fendrick serves it right into the net. You're not going to get a point any easier than that. 3-1 to Australia. With that, Nicole Laird now going to the back of court. These two players, a new team for 2017 season, as are the Americans. Fendrick just picks up the ball off the serve. And a lovely little tip over the top of the block of that Laird.
Takes a look at the defense, an easy roll shot right over the top. Lauren Fendrick still searching for that FIVB gold. She's gotten fourth 4 times on the FIVB tour. And there's April Ross, the 4-time server of the year on tour, ripping yet another ace. She has been tough to handle. 4 aces already, and we're just at the beginning of the second set.
Oh, another brilliant serve from Ross. And Laird, well, feeling the pressure at the net from Fendrick, strikes that ball way too hard. The USA take the lead for the first time in the second set, having won the first easily 21-11. 7 points on the board, so side switch.
Little duck and cover, kind of the Matrix, trying to get out of the way of that ball coming right at April's face.
Oh, great play. Lauren Fendrick, and wonderful communication between the two American players.
Yeah, they're just in total sync. Beautiful set by April Ross to put it up, and then Lauren Fendrick making sure her team gets the kill.
That one's just a little too deep. So close to ace number 5 there, April Ross, but lifeline for Australia. Now, Jessica Ngauamo, just 21 years of age. No question, a young rising star out of Australia. Fendrick just a little late with the shot there. And out of bounds. There's a nice little short float serve. But April Ross can do no wrong. Confidence is high and enjoying her play out there.
Yeah, when you're playing at the level that she is, you have so much confidence, you're having so much fun, the ball goes exactly where you want it to, and you're just locked in.
Oh, well, a little bit of luck for Lauren Fendrick. Or is it a little bit of luck? And she's been working on that little kiss of the tape in training. You never know these days, because we see it so often. But it gives the USA a 2-point advantage. Laird delighted to have got the better of Fendrick at the net. A valuable side out for Australia.
Laird up. I think that set by Ngauamo is still a little bit tight. You want to give Laird a couple more feet because she has a real big swing and she looks almost restricted.
Again, April Ross, such confidence, such finesse at the net.
Yeah, when you put that finesse with the power and the strength that April has, it makes for a very difficult and tough opponent to play because you just don't know what's coming at you. Are you going to be on your heels for the power? Do you need to be on your toes to get that short shot? She keeps you guessing, and she does the same thing from the back line serving.
So close. April Ross just puts the ball a little too deep and beyond the baseline of the Australian court. Jessica Ngauamo. That's a good serve to April Ross. And April Ross, for the first time in the second set, just placing the ball out of play. Well left by Nicole Laird. Ties the scores at 8-all. Have to remind you, if you're cheering for Australia right now, the Aussies need to win this second set to take it to a third tiebreak. Fendrick's there at the net again. I agree with your statement earlier, Dane. They do tend to set the ball for each other very tight on the net, and they have very little room to operate that way.
And that was the result of the initial contact, which was too close. Hard for Laird to set that ball. There's, see what I mean? That initial contact too close to the net. That time they get away with it, but they have to pass the ball about 3 feet off. You pass the ball too close, then it's difficult to set, and that's when things start to fall apart. But right now, you're seeing the Australians' offense just a little bit too erratic. They have to settle down and get that platform out early, move the feet, get that initial pass, and really everything rolls from there.
Good shot from Lauren Fendrick.
I'm really happy with Australia coming out in this second set, and they're making a game of it. They're within 1 point, so if they can keep this up until the end of the set, they might be in striking distance to steal one.
It's a better set for Ngauamo, and the result is a point on the board for Australia.
Yeah, this team of Laird and Ngauamo, they qualified for this 2017 FIVB World Championships via the Asian Continental process. Can get in through that process, through wild card, or of course through FIVB international points, which the majority of teams enter through.
Good shot from April Ross to give the United States of America the advantage going into the technical timeout at the halfway point of set 2. USA win the first set 21-11, but Australia putting on a much braver and a much more technical performance in this second set than they did in the first. And if Australia can keep this momentum, they may be able to force this to a 3-setter.
You touch like that, okay, and I'll be ready for that. Okay. Great blocking. I'll make sure I'm disciplined and low, not reaching too. They hit over me, they hit over me. Yeah, that was a great touch. I went around you, and she's not swinging around you anymore. We're not going for it. I feel like I can get her both directions on a lot of, if it's tight enough. You want to go ball? Oh, if it's tight enough. If it's tight enough, you change it to ball.
Lauren Fendrick, 3 successful blocks, a lot of communication between the two, and that's the sign of a champion right there. April Ross, knowing no matter how good you're playing, no matter how much success you're having on the court, you always want to be tweaking, trying to make things better, trying to get the maximum potential.
Well, fascinating listening in to the two American players there at that technical timeout. It's a fumble on the serve from Fendrick, tying the scores at 11-all. Now, this is where Nicole Laird and Jessica Ngauamo really do need to dig deep and start making or staking their claim in this second set.
Wow, what a set. That ball just bounces on the sand before Ngauamo can get there. And just everything going the way of the United States right there. You know, Ngauamo and Laird both have world championship experience, and it's funny, it's both of the same partner, Mariaf Artacho. Ngauamo played with Artacho in 2013 in the World Championships. And Laird played with her in 2015. There's a hit right down the middle. And, you know, also Laird played with Artaccio in the Rio Olympic Games. They finished in 19th place, but still, at that young age, getting that type of experience can be invaluable and definitely gives you more and more confidence.
Good play from Lauren Fendrick. Trading side outs at this point in the competition, 13-12. But it's Australia who must win the second set, remember. 35-year-old Californian with service. Serving Ngauamo. Laird again struggling with the set of the ball from the serve receive of Ngauamo. This is where they need to watch the Americans. They can quite easily just change up a gear and run away with this. Good to see Jakob Poeltl from the Toronto Raptors, NBA player out of Austria, just finished his rookie season, and his parents were volleyball players. That's why he's here in the crowd.
He's got that height. I like that. Maybe get him playing some volleyball. I could maybe make a comeback.
Well, if you had him on your side, you'd do well.
Yeah.
But you'd rather play in the NBA with him, wouldn't you,
That's
to be honest?
True. That's true.
Well, America can do no wrong. They draw clear now, 15-13. Quick side switch. Such an experienced player. Both the Americans at 35 years of age. And of course, fully familiar April Ross, who serves for the USA with what's required at the World Championships. She won the gold with Jen Casey in Stavanger back in 2009.
Yeah, it's funny talking about Jakob. There's so many athletes out here who played multiple sports. You know, Lauren Fendrick also was a pitcher on the softball team when she went to UCLA. And, you know, I know when I played in high school, I was a basketball player and a volleyball player. There's so much crossover there. And I think the more sports you play, the more athletic you are. Volleyball then becomes easier, and because there's so many moves. No plays are alike. And that's why it's such a dynamic, such a fun sport to watch.
Oh. Good shot from Jessica Ngauamo.
And they're right there, 15-16. This is called being within striking distance, despite the blowout that happened in the first set. If you can leave that in the rear view mirror and focus here, I think Laird and Ngauamo have an opportunity.
America certainly don't want to take this to 3. They want it over and done with. April Ross, oh, did she put that out? No, just on the line. Very close call. Referee definitely took a second look. 2-point advantage stays with the USA. Now, this is the real business end of proceedings. Pressure is on the Australians. Make or break for the girls in green and yellow. Ngauamo with the set. And Laird puts that ball out of play. 18-15 now.
Just too many unforced errors down the stretch. I thought Ngauamo on that last play could have made the play, the defensive play. She opted to let it go. I think she thought it was out of bounds. That was a big point, I believe. And then Laird hitting that ball just out. That's a big 2-3 point swing you're talking about right there. And instead of it being possibly tied up or 16-17, 18-15 now for the United States, just 3 points away from winning their second pool play match and basically securing their position in the single elimination knockout rounds.
Can we just afford to put more ball on April? Yeah, we've got wet Lauren on it too long. Right now, right.
USA want to wrap this up. 2 sets. Gives them more time to rest, more time to prepare, and as our expert in the commentary box, Olympic champion Dame Blanton has pointed out, it will put them comfortably to the top of their pool and in good shape going into the elimination rounds later this week. Here's April Ross with service for the USA. 18-15 and 1 set to love. And Australia are out of position and in trouble already. The ball is out of play. It's 19-15. The rhythm is back. The focus is there. Team USA can almost taste the victory. Beautiful serve from April Ross, dropping like a stone, that ball. Good work from Fendrick at the net. Ngauamo attacks for Australia. Big point for the Aussies.
And a really big hit by Ngauamo. You see the potential. The potential is there. Now it's just about being consistent. That's another tight set. Ngauamo keeps it in play. And then here with a second opportunity, really challenges Fendrick and thunders that ball to the ground. The potential's there. They just need to be a little more consistent. And they'd be right in this one.
Good service from Jessica Ngauamo.
What an up by April Ross. Fendrick unfortunately could not get there. Ngauamo playing some solid volleyball, as well as Laird. There's the drop off the net. Smart play by Laird. Going over on two is Ngauamo, and it ends up being a winner.
Service with Australia, trailing the USA by 2. This young lady has impressed many in this second set. Jessica Ngauamo with service. Set from Fendrick, from Ross to take it to match point. And this time Jessica Laird has got it covered at the net. Australia are on a roll here. And the United States of America immediately call a timeout. Time to rethink this through. Time to find the best plan to wrap it up, Dane.
Yeah, that's what they need to do. The United States now in a little bit of trouble, and that is due, and give the credit to Australia, who have really stepped up their game. But, you know, we saw this similar instance when the United States was playing China yesterday. And I'll tell you what, they did not close out in the second set when they had multiple opportunities to do so. They eventually won in the third set. But as you play better and better teams, they'll make you pay. You can see right there, if you're the United States, you're a little frustrated. You've had multiple opportunities to score a few points and seal this thing up, and now you've given life to the Australians. So the team of Ross and Fendrick, they're going to have to work that out and really start finishing a lot stronger.
Just 1 point adrift. Ngauamo serving April Ross. Fendrick with a set. And April Ross puts it right down to the red line. Centimetre or two the other way, and it would have been a different story, but it's match point for the USA.
That set a little too far off the net, but the athleticism of April Ross getting the kill regardless.
Fendrick closes it out of the net. The United States of America take this match 2-0, 21-11 in the first, 21-18 in the second. And Lauren Fendrick and April Ross continue their undefeated run in the early rounds of these World Championships.
And if you're Australia, nothing to hang your head about. You go back to the drawing board. Remember, Nicole Laird, just 24 years of age. Jessica Ngauamo, just 21 years of age herself, as April and Lauren Fendrick avoid another obstacle. They win their second pool play match. But you know, these Australians, Nick, I won my first tournament when I was 25 years of age. They're 21 and 24, so they're just only going to get better. And every single match in a stage like this on center court is going to be fantastic for them. There's the final point. Lauren Fendrick absolutely owned the net, and it was experience versus youth. Experience winning out here on center court this afternoon.
So confirmation that the American number 14 seeds comfortably beat the Australian 35th ranked team, 21-11, 21-18. Dane, I agree with you. The young Australians have a future ahead of them. And I think they've done themselves proud here today. But the stats clearly all side with Team USA, who go forwards into the elimination rounds looking good. Borden and Clancy, who are the 11 seeds in this competition, are also undefeated, with Fendrick and Ross making it 2 from 2. Impressive play from the USA.
Yeah, they've really turned up their game. They're in a great position right now, and I'll tell you what, they dominated 6 blocks, 6 aces and 6 blocks. Let's go down to the court.
How important is that
Julius
to win
Brink.
it straight and in a short period of time?
Well, you never know what's going to happen in pool play, so point ratio is real important. So the fact that we won by a large margin in the first game was really important, and to finish it out in 2 is great. We guaranteed we come out of pool now with that win. We just fight for first place tomorrow.
So could it be an option to change the way of playing, switching blockers, save some energy, or what is your strategy for the tournament?
With her, yeah, she's a great blocker. I don't know how good I'd be on defense, though. Yeah, we want her up there at the net, getting in the people's face. She's a huge block.
So no save of energy. Thank you very much, and good luck.
Interesting question, a very valid question too, because a lot of times when you have an edge, you switch block instead of her running up every time, Lauren Fendrick. But you heard Lauren say, I don't know how I do on defense. April could do the blocking, but she doesn't want to do the defense. They're going to stick with the formula that's working.
Good news for the United States.